This is CEO P, Mr. Pick of the Week, Mr. RockTheMicNews.com, and it's a special moment this Sunday, man, when you have an incredible artist, man, that can cross over, you know, and jump from many genres and still stay current and still stay relevant and still produce incredible music. We got to give you the testimony of this artist, man. We're going to get into a lot of things. We just played this record. We got an exclusive. It's not even supposed to be out there. This last Sunday Pick of the Week was Unborn Child. Man, I'm talking about Swisaboi. Swisaboi, what's good, homie?
What it do? 2 up and 2 down. Hey, what's up with you? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man, it's going down, man. I appreciate you guys for having me on, you know. And it's a real
time, man.
Yeah.
Anytime. So, how's that Atlanta weather down there, man?
It is super hot, crazy hot, man. I mean,
feel like the desert already?
Already, man. But, you know, you get used to it, but it is hot. It is sticky, man. It's sticky. You know?
But I bet you them Georgia peaches is out, though.
Yeah, they out. Hey, I put a ring on mine.
Oh, he cleaned it up from the door.
Yeah.
He said his is in the crib with a ring on. You hear me?
Ring on
mine.
All
right, Swisaboi. All right, let's just start. You know, let's just start out for the early days, man, and what actually originally inspired you to even rap.
Well, I mean, you know, like some of the normal stories you may hear, you know, like as a youngster, you know, growing up, wanting to rap, you know, watching TV, seeing other guys doing it, you know, the whole high school area, you know, the whole time then, you know, but just having something to say and really didn't know how to put your words together. But, you know, I just always knew that I did have something to say. And that's where it began, man. That's what began.
Now, where are you originally from?
Mississippi, man.
Which state?
Mississippi, the crooked letter.
Mississippi, the crooked letter. Home of greats like Big Crit.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. David Banner.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, man.
So, coming from Mississippi, how did you make your way to Virginia?
I was around for a while, man. You know, I did a couple years and everything in the military and the service out there. But I left New York, came down to VA, and I ended up out there about, 4 or 5 years. And it just jumped out, man. It jumped out heavy in VA, man. You know, and that's how I ended up out of there.
How did you meet the whole Team Amazing family?
I met Justin through his brother. I was working with his brother, Fort Uses at the time, James. And James knew I was doing what I was doing. And at the time, he was looking for me. So we sort of like collab, man, crash heads together. And for the most part, wasn't been a command. You know, but we worked well together. You know, I thank God for him too. Awesome manager. And I met him out there. And it just been on and popping like ever since then. I want to say that was like in 07 when me and Justin together. And it just been like clockwork ever since then. He does
how did you get the name Swisaboi, man? And then I know that you just, you know, we're gonna talk about the transition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, that you made. Well, let's talk about both together, man. Let's talk about Swisaboi. Let's talk about the transition you made to gospel rap, and let's talk about what Swisher means now, man.
Okay. Well, I got the name Swisaboi, you know, back at the house, back in Mississippi, you know, smoke good. So I used to roll with swishers, you know, so it became a common name for me. When people see me, it would be like, you know, Swisaboi. And so it sort of stuck with me. It stick with me. And as over the years and stuff, as I began to make the transition, I didn't want to drop my name. So, and like for legal purposes, you know, I had to switch the spelling up, you know. But I just tried for that too, you know what I mean? Like, just the mind and, you know, the ability to think as far as like, you know, this acronym now is more like a movement, you know, save while each other saving another. But, you know, it just like...
Say that one more time. Say that one more time so they can hear it.
Save while intentionally saving another, you know. Yeah, so it means big things. It's a movement, just not a name, you know. And I just feel like, you know, when God does something major in life, we was all born into this world as sinners. And once you make transformation, your name don't change. You just, you know, you brand new. So I'm not gonna drop my name as part of my testimony, you know. And like I said before, like it's a movement, powerful movement, and it's going hard. We go hard in the paint. You know what I mean?
How do you what initial experience or what you know, what prompted you to make the transition to go? Because I mean, even when you came to Virginia and you were, you know, performing records, we heard a tad bit of spirituality in there. We heard a lot of consciousness in your records already, you know, even when you were doing, if we want to consider street music or, you know, street knowledge type of hip hop, you know, even when you was doing that, you always had, you know, you snuck a message in there. So what was the decision to go full-fledged and say, look, man, you know, we're going to define this. We're going to go all the way gospel rap. I'm going to do it for God.
Yeah. You're right, man. Even when I first got out of the VA, you know, when I was doing my thing, you know, and you know, like you're saying, like, it was always a message or something, like, inside of my lyrics, you know. I'll be performing, and it'll be real positive, you know what I mean? Like, one thing was, like, I got tired of hearing the same old thing. You know what I mean? Everybody rapping the same thing. You know, you got cars, you got clothes, and all this other stuff. But, you know, it was a calling on my life. You know what I mean? God he was transforming me, you know. So I just made that step to be like, you know, how I was going hard in the street, like, I can go hard in the gospel field. I can go hard over here. And when I did it, a lot of people follow with it. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, Swish really made the transition and still hard. And like you saying, like you yourself, even after I made that transition, I was still coming out and still going hard and killing shows, you know, but it was just more like, you know, I'm a grown man type thing. And I wouldn't even say grown man type thing, you know, like God had a calling on my life. You know, I'm on a mission, man. And there was just that, you know, just trying to, didn't want to continue to live the same life. Didn't want to continue to keep doing the same thing, man. It's like I felt like it was more to life than what I was rapping about. But like you saying, even in that, it was always something that was positive. So I was questioning myself, like, man, you know, what's going on? Like, I'd be writing something, and it was still positive. So I just stepped out on faith, man, and trust God, and, man, he blew my mind. So many doors opened up, and I know it's like where I'm at is where I'm supposed to be. And it's only the beginning, man. It's only the beginning.
Let's talk about Walk by Faith. I believe that was the first mixtape in the transition. And that's a mixtape as well as a song, a single that you put out. You know, let's talk about the inspiration to write that and just, you know, what was it an easy thing to put the mixtape out? Were you weary, or did it feel natural? Did the creation and production of the mixtape come fast to you? Was it second nature, or was it kind of like, all right, now I got to kind of be a little more careful with the content so, you know, I make sure, you know, I'm in line of what God has for me or how God wants me to use my gift?
Right. It was sort of like, it came natural because, again, I go back to the last question, like, you know, like what you're saying is like, I was already there. I was already speaking positive. I was already on that spiritual tip. You know, so it came pretty easy, you know, and like I said, it was received well. You know, it wasn't like, well, Swish doing gospel. It wasn't really like that because the guys knew, like, man, Swish always on a different level. But, you know, when it came to producing that mixtape, it came pretty easy. You know, shout out to Keno Beats out in Norfolk. You know, he helped me out pretty good with tracks and everything. It was easy. You know, Rick Rogers, he's all over the track. Oh, well, all over the mixtape. And it was easy, man. But what I like about it is that the same guys that seen me out in the street, they respected it. You know what I mean? It's like, we respect you, Sweet. Like, man, you went hard out here, but you going crazy hard now. So they want to work with me. They want to give me tracks and everything. So it was easy. It wasn't like, we're not going to fool Swish. It was just a respect type. So it came pretty easy, man. And it was an awesome mixtape. And, you know, I'm going to be honest, haven't reached worldwide yet. So some of the songs on the mixtape, you're going to hear again. You know, and that's how the industry is now.
Which is smart.
You know, yeah. He has to come out with a song.
We definitely got to have Walk by Faith on the upcoming album. You know what I'm saying? Have you chosen the title?
The title of the new album.
Or too early to release that?
No. We can talk about that. We can talk about that. And most definitely that Walking by Faith is on there. So, what's to be reckoned with. The new album, The Road Less Traveled, will be out real soon. So, you know, get ready for that. You know what I will say about you, and we're definitely anticipating that album is and go back to your point. I think people embraced you because you really, if we sit here and kind of sit there and analyze everything you said, and we look at your past music and put it next to your music now, right?
You really didn't do too much different. You just went all the way. It's I can compare it to, let's say, LL back in the day, and he's this hard MC. I'm a crush suck MCs, and I'm also talk to ladies. And then he just says, you know what? I'm gonna just go ladies. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to necessarily address MCs no more. I don't want to come off hard for a while. Let me just do 1 or 2 records strictly targeting them. Let me get this sex appeal.
Right.
I don't really see it any different than what you did. I feel like you were rapping about your environment, what you've been through, your life, and you just said, you know what, let me just put a little more God in it. I already got the positive message in there, so I definitely respect you for that. Now, so like I said, I don't think you changed much. I just think you toned in to a specific, subject, and you say, you know what, this is the goal of the music, and we gotta respect